Shoes can really make or break an outfit, and in today's episode I'm sharing 10 wearable winter footwear trends that are going to keep your feet happy and warm all winter long. A couple of these trends are going to come as a bit of a surprise too. Hi, I'm Leonie and welcome to my channel. Okay, so today we are talking shoes, and in particular wearable shoes. I don't know about you guys, but if you're anything like me, comfort is key these days. But I also want my shoes to look and feel good as well. So if, like me, you like to be comfortable, but your shoes need to be practical, but you also like them to look a little bit on trend, then I am sure you're going to find a shoe that is perfect for you. I've got an interesting lineup today, and there really is something for everyone. So if you want to update your winter footwear, then this video is for you. So I'm not going to keep rabbiting on today. I just want to get straight into these footwear trends. Okay, the first trend on my list is clogs. Now, I am sure this is going to divide you guys. You'll either be in one camp or the other. You'll either love them or hate them. But if you're not so sure at this point, just hear me out for a minute. So clogs have been having a moment in fashion for, well, a couple of years now. They've been building momentum, and I think some of that sprang from our time in lockdown. So clogs, in my opinion, are comfortable. They are not all wooden sole, so don't necessarily think sort of traditional clogs, but clog styles. So for instance, Birkenstocks have these amazing shearling clogs that are, I know they're kind of one step away from slippers, but they've got a chunky hard sole, so they're easily worn outside the home as well. Clogs are a really great sort of model off-duty kind of look. They work well with a pair of snuggly socks, and as I said, they're just a great item to give you that sort of relaxed, casual kind of leisure wear sort of look, but your feet are going to be toasty warm, super comfortable, and they're just sort of having a moment. So if you like comfort, then maybe start riding that wave. I definitely have. I have ordered this pair of shearling clogs. They're shearling line Birkenstocks from Essence, and if you're anything like me and you love saving money, then Essence have the most amazing sale on at the moment. So they've been having a 60% off sale, and as of today there is up to 70% off some of the items on the Essence website, and I mean a lot of the items on the Essence website. What I tend to do with Essence is I have a wish list and I wait until their annual sale, which is at this time of year, and you just pick up some of the best bargains. I don't know if you know this about me, but I am someone that has a fashion mantra, and my fashion mantra is never pay retail. I am such a bargain hunter, but I do love quality. So when it comes to buying winter pieces, I always shop up a storm at the annual Essence sale. The next trend that I'm really excited about the return of is Doc Martens. Now, before you switch off, Docs have changed a lot over the years. So in the last few years, they've been building momentum, and this winter they have very much found their stride. Now, the great thing about Docs is that they have modernized their styles. They've also modernized their fits. So back in the day, Docs used to be quite hard to break in, and I remember that when I had my first pair of Docs years ago. I was probably in my 20s, and it took me weeks and weeks of blisters to actually wear them in. But Docs have actually moved with the times, and the modern new styling and the different leather that's being used in the Docs has just made such a huge difference. They've got comfortable, they've also moved with the times, and they're using softer, napper, different styles of leather as well, which I particularly like. I'm super tempted to spoil myself with this pair of white Docs. I just love a pair of white boots. I have a pair from last winter that I absolutely thrashed. I know it's not necessarily the predictable choice of footwear for winter, but if you live somewhere that isn't too muddy and snowy, then definitely think about white boots. They're just an easy way to sort of freshen up an outfit, and they work beautifully with all of your winter whites as well. I ordered this pair on Essence and got them for a great price, so I'm super excited about them arriving. I love the fact that they have a zip in them, so you get that sort of lace-up detailing, but you're not having to go through that process of actually lacing them up every time you put them on. You can just zip, put your foot in and go. And I must admit, I saw Karen Britchick wearing this pair and just fell in love with them. So went and put them on my wish list at Essence and have now bought them. Great price. So definitely check out this sale if you've had something like this in mind but haven't kind of wanted to push play because they are expensive. But I bought this pair and please, fingers crossed that they arrive in time so I can take them away with me. Another big trend for winter, and one that I particularly love as well, and that is sock booties. Have you guys seen them around at all? You know the boots that I mean. So they are basically a fabric or a stretchy fabric that is pretty much forming most of the boot, but a lot of them that I have seen have a bit of a lug sole, so you get that kind of chunky elevation and protection from the cold underfoot, but the sock style just gives you that absolute comfort as well. I've seen some in a sort of a neoprene style fabric. I've also seen some in a kind of a crushed velvet. It's not a huge trend, but it is a trend that is around, and it's on this list because I love the comfort factor and the wearability. Like, these booties will take you anywhere. And speaking of boots that will take you anywhere, wedges. Wedge heels are back, and in my opinion, wedges are the ultimate in a comfort heel. So when it comes to winter, wedges just make a whole lot of sense. We haven't seen wedge style boots for a couple of seasons now, and I am thrilled that they are back, because sometimes you don't always want a sort of a chunky combat style boot. You want something that's a little bit more elevated or a little bit more elegant, and sometimes you just can't get that from a real sort of man style chunky boot, but you can get that from more of a streamlined boot with a wedge heel. Wedge is perfect for comfort, gives you that height and elevation, but it does also give you that sort of sense of elegance as well. So wedge boots and wedge heels are back for winter. Oh, and rubber boots are back as well. So basically your gum boots, wellies, rain boots, whatever you call them, they're back, but they have a bit of a modern fashion edge. I'm sure you've seen them out there. In fact, I've focused on a couple of pairs in recent videos, and I've had people commenting saying that these aren't waterproof boots, but they actually are. The trend that seems to be happening now is these rain boots are basically on trend. They look really modern. They don't look at all like your traditional gum boots, but in fact they're 100% waterproof. So I love the fact that good old wellies, gum boots, rain boots, whatever you call them, have kind of moved with the times and become a fashion statement in themselves. And hey, they're going to keep your feet completely dry, and there's a lot to be said for that, obviously, in winter. So there's lots of options out there. I'm going to put a few up on the screen here so you can check them out. But these fashion forward gum boots are just such a winner in my book. Now, this next one I'm calling the everywhere boot, and it's basically a pointed toe and a mid-height heel classic boot. Now, these boots have kind of been MIA for the last few years, and I'm not really sure why, because they're just a very classic boot that you can wear casually, you can wear dressed up to somewhere special, and I think the fact that they are they're kind of an in-between boot. They're not super pointy, they're not a squared off toe, they have a perfect point to them, and the heel is just a great height as well. So it's nothing too high, which again, in winter, you don't want anything that's too high and crazy. I love the fact that these boots are in stark contrast to some of the heavy lug-soled sort of masculine combat style boots. And I know that not everyone loves that style. So this is another great option that is going to just be a classic boot. It's going to be a workhorse in your wardrobe, and a boot that will not date fast as well. So it's a good timeless classic that is a great everyday boot. Oh, and I just wanted to jump in here and share a couple of the other items that I am purchasing on sale on the Essence website, in case you guys might want to pick up a bargain as well. I'm buying this pair of a Goldie crisscross waisted jeans. I talked about them in my last video, and I'm pushing play on them. I love them. I love the fact that they're going to nip me in at the waist, and they're just a good classic style with that interesting detail at the waistband. I've also just ordered this black Anina Bing turtleneck. Now, you might think I'm crazy because I'm wearing one at the moment, but this one is actually a beautiful quality. It's wool cashmere blend. I've had my eye on it for so long. It's a piece that I know that I will wear and love for years to come, and that's the beauty of the Essence website. It's a great price, so I know I'm saving and investing in a piece that I can love for years to come. So the Essence sale is saving up to 70% at the moment, and that runs through until the 8th. Is it the 8th or 9th of February? I'll leave it on the screen here, but you do have time. So if you're looking at adding anything to your wardrobe and have some gaps to fill, then this is the time to do it, and you can do it and save a whole lot of money at the same time. But definitely get on and have a little look and take advantage of those fantastic savings. As I said, I'll leave a link to Essence in the description box below. I couldn't put a video together like this without including cowboy boots. Now, I have talked quite a bit about cowboy boots in recent videos, so I won't spend too much time on them, but cowboy boots are definitely having a moment, and of course they are super wearable, they're really comfortable, and they're also a timeless boot. They look great teamed with miniskirts and tights. I've seen them worn beautifully with dresses, and of course pants, cargo pants, cargo jeans that are very much on trend for this winter. They're a great and easy addition to your wardrobe. So if you are in the mood to add a new boot to your lineup, then definitely have a think about cowboy boots. Now, sneakers are always in fashion. There is no surprise there, but this season the soccer sneaker tends to be the one that is trending hard at the moment. And the great thing about sneakers is that you obviously have that comfort factor. They're generally quite affordable as well, and they're just going to give any basic outfit a little bit of an update. Now, next up, and I know that I touched on this particular look earlier, but in fact it is a trend in its own right, and that is fuzzy shoes. I think it's kind of the only way that I can describe these shoes, but there are lots and lots of fur-lined shoes that seem to be popping up everywhere for winter. And obviously I talked about my Birks earlier, shearling-lined Birks that I've ordered, but there seem to be just lots and lots of fuzzy shoes around. So fur-lined, fuzzy, furry detailing on the outside of the shoes, lots of kind of snuggly, almost slipper-like styles. And yes, you may think that they are a one-season wonder, and I suspect they probably are, but they're not going to break the bank. They are wearable, they're fun, and they're furry, so they're cute, and I had to add them on this list. Now, last but not least is the trend for wearing hiking boots. Now, I've personally always loved hiking boots, but I've always loved that sort of chunky styling and that sort of rugged outdoorsy look. But hiking boots are having a real fashion moment, which I am definitely here for. What I have seen a lot of is almost a hybrid hiking boot. So they're not necessarily a boot that is going to take you through the wilderness, but they kind of look like they would, only they're just a little bit more fashion forward. And if you love all things wearable fashion, and in particular winter goodies, then click or tap on the screen here to uncover 16 fantastic and most importantly affordable winter purchases that are definitely worth grabbing now. Click or tap here and I will see you there.